Mr. West, wishing you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is the place for separating facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'll be talking about a very important subject. This is how to break generational curses, this so-called thing they call curses or exes, how to break generational curses of poverty, of witchcraft, wickedness, or sickness, any kind of generational curse. This situation or topic is necessitated by the fact that we have a lot of these so-called generational curses going around. We have seen people that claim that their inability to succeed in life is due to a sort of generational curse that have been placed on them by imaginary or perceived enemies from their family line. So as a result of that, they have an excuse not to be successful, not to be able to achieve their dreams or their goals in life. So they blame this on a curse. So say, I am cursed, my father is cursed, my bloodline is cursed, and something like that. Today, I want us to go deep into these curses because a lot of people have been throwing this around lately. So, why we can assume that, yes, there is the presence or there is the possibility of a curse being in a bloodline of a family. There is also the possibility of one being able to break or change that situation. Okay, so we have to know how to be able to change this type of situation. How do we know there is a curse in a family or there's a certain problem in a family that is hereditary? This is very simple to know. If you look at every family in the world today, you will notice that they have their characteristics, just like the way every community, every group of people have their kind of characteristics that distinguish them from others. How do you distinguish a Chinese family from an African family? First of all, you use obviously of a skin color, facial features, language, culture, traditions, behaviors. Obviously, we know that Chinese language is different from other people's language. Let's make an example of Chinese and maybe West African people. You will see that the language is a thing. The kind of food Chinese people eat, you will see the African people cannot eat that kind. They don't eat that kind of food. And the way the Chinese people dress, the African people do not dress like that. You know that these people are different. Okay, when we see some families, we'll see some families have these characteristics of being, maybe they have a particular flair or traits that is prevalent in that family. We can see some people there. Maybe they are like what we say goldsmiths, a family of goldsmiths. The father, grandfather, great grandfather, they have been goldsmith or ironsmiths in the past, and he passed this skill to the children. So the children follow up. We can see families that are acrobats, whereby they have been practicing things for generation. They teach it to the next generation, the next generation, the next generation. They become very skilled in this kind of acts. We see families that maybe they are families of fishermen for hundreds of years, thousands of years. The tradition of that family is to be fishing. They have been fishing very well. That this is what the family do. The family business, they do this for a living. They pass this trait from generation to generation. And now you see the people now, they are doing the same thing. We see families of farmers. They have only been farming for thousands of years, like in my own place in the Niger Delta. My generational people, they are mostly farmers. So they have this skill passed on from generation to generation. You see people like this. So it's something that the people here know very well. We also have people that their own process is to brew drinks, distillers. or alchemists, or medicine men, people that you want to call DBS or spiritualists or native doctors or babalaos, shangomas. It is like their culture or tradition in that family. They practice this thing, and they've been practicing this for hundreds of years, and they pass these secrets from generation to generation to generation to generation, and it becomes like the family tradition or the family blood of these people. This is what they do. So we have different things that some families can do, okay, which are good things. Now, going forward, we can see we have bad traits that can be passed from family to family, generation to generation. For instance, if you look at some families, you will find out that they have this oppression for promiscuity. These are families whereby the people there, they don't stay faithful to in marriages, and they have these characteristics, and they pass it from generation to generation. And we can see some families of people, they are liars. They like to lie for no reason. They pass it from generation to generation. We also have families of comedians. These are people that they all know how to make people laugh very well. It's kind of their family trait, and they pass it from generation to generation. We also have families of thieves, whereby they know how to steal. They are very, very good in stealing. Professional thieves is in their family blood. They also pass it from generation too. Then we have families of these evil people, wicked people, witches and wizards. And what they do is how to use their own knowledge of herbs and knowledge of spirituality to just to do evil. And they also pass these characteristics from generation to generation. Then we have families of people that have dull mentality, dull family, as in they cannot think very well. Their mental capacity is slow, or maybe we say they are slow. They also pass this slowness into their children too. We have this kind of situation. Then we also have people that cannot be able to, they are just the way they are. They cannot be able to imagine new things. They are used to being told what to do. Their own goal in life is that they are told what to do. So they are just there. We have so much of this kind of people. So they can't do anything unless you tell them what to do. They don't know. They don't have original imagination, original thinking, and they live their life like that. Why is it like this? This is the way life is. Okay. They are all created by God. Everything is created for the drama or the symphony of life to continue. Okay. This is what adds to the beauty, the comedy, the tragedy, the thriller, everything, the drama of life. All this set of people had to read. So if you come from a particular family, you should be able to know the traits of those your family people. You're supposed to know the main characteristics of the family. What is this family good at? What is our strong point? What is our weakness? And the challenges, you should be able to know it. For you to start asking these questions, it means that you are an intelligent human being. Okay, for you to ask fundamental questions, because some people live through their life, they never ask any of these questions. They just take life the way they see it. Take life, everybody's the same, everybody's okay, this is how it's supposed to be, this is the only orientation. They know they only see life from one perspective. And they assume that that perspective is the best, or is the easiest, or is the only truth. They only have one reality. And they'll live their life based on that one singular reality, based on the orientation they were given by that their family. So they think the same way everybody thinks. Anybody for in their own book, if you doesn't think like them, you don't behave like them, then something is wrong with you. So we have this one liner people, the singular mentality, one reality people. There's a lot of them. And sadly, we have this kind of people in our religion. A lot of them are in religion. We also have families that have hereditary sicknesses, okay, and they pass this hereditary sickness from generation to generation. There are some families that are plagued with the sickness of high blood pressure. Everybody in that family, they have high blood pressure. It is normal. There are some people that are plagued with different kind of sickness. It can be headaches. It can be blood diseases. It can even be cancer. It can be different things. Every family have these issues with them, but many of them will not tell you. There are some families that the men live longer than the women. There are some families that the women live longer than the men. There are some families that they have issues of childbirth. Every family have different issues, but most times they don't tell you. They pretend. But when you look at the family, you will be able to see by studying them, you will know the general traits of the people there. There are some families that are plagued with poverty. Everybody is poor in the family, no matter how hard they work, no matter how far they go, they are still poor. This is a problem. So we see this. They have seen a lot of families that are plagued with the cause of poverty. Okay, so when you see a family exhibiting a certain kind of traits, you should be able to know that this is how the family is. This is a characteristic of this family. And you as an individual that is thinking up to date or enterprising, you should be able to know if you want to join this type of people, or if you want to marry from this kind of people or with them. Because when you marry into this kind of family, the traits or the characteristics will affect you. Their strength will become your strengths. Their shortcomings will become your shortcomings. Their challenges will become your challenges. And most importantly, when you have children with somebody from that family, those characteristics will also may also manifest in your children. This is the things you need to look out for. Okay? So if you want to break generational curses, you can break it easily by doing research, making sure you are aware of things that are happening. You look at people carefully before you make decisions, and you make right decisions. If you find out that you are from a poor family, that everybody is poor, everybody struggle, no way for them. You've not noticed it, and so everybody be. It will be a good idea for you to try to marry into a family whereby people are not struggling, whereby they are a little well-to-do, whereby people are okay. They are not like your own. If a good thing, yes, it's not a bad thing to wish for good thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing to aspire for good thing. If you know, say your family they struggle, your family everybody is poor, you still go and marry from a poor family where the same characteristics, it means that you are fulfilling or you are following your family tradition of maintaining the poverty cycle, which naturally translates that your life will be poor. Okay, that's so it just be. So if you're from that kind of family, you might want to marry from somebody that they are not so hard to do, so that at least things could be soft for you. And by you marrying into a good family or a rich family, you are also going to benefit from the grace or the blessings of that family. And also too, there's a high possibility or a 50-50% chance that your children will not be born in perpetual poverty. So if you make this kind of conscious decision, you have breaking the cycle of poverty in your generation, or you have made a very positive attempt to at least move forward in life by not continuing in that legacy of poverty that your family have been known for, or that hereditary family, you have break it in your time. Okay, this is a good thing. Some people do this. I've seen many women from poor homes marry a very rich man, and then they become rich and their children, they have break the cycle of poverty. It's a good thing. You must try to do this. You must think like this. Life is strategy. But if you say, okay, you cannot marry, you can be able to say, okay, you can work hard by yourself to change the situation, to change your story. It's not necessary you have to marry into wealth. You can also say, oh, everybody is poor in my family. This is not good. I must be rich. I must make it. I have seen many people that came from nothing, and they became wealthy by their own hands, by working very hard, doing things to make a difference. And we have so many of these kind of people in the world today. People that came from poor homes, they are now millionaires, billionaires. They changed their story. that poverty cause, that generational cause, that hereditary cause of poverty, they stopped it by making a conscious decision. Okay? This is what people do. You can do this by making a difference, by rejecting this cause of, say, everybody is poor in this family. I will not follow them to be poor. Okay? A lot of people do this. I've seen many people come from the village, the countryside, they go to America and then become rich. They pursue the American dream, they do whatever it takes, and they change that cycle of poverty. And you have break that curse. When you become different, you have broken the curse. It is not by going to, say, you come to meet a spiritualist to buy goat and ram. A lot of spiritualists now, a lot of scammers are out there. When somebody come to them, the first thing they say is that you are cursed, you need ram. Okay? You can break curses by yourself by making conscious decision to be different. Okay? The first thing you need to do is to make sure that in your mind, in your heart, you want to change this situation. There's a saying that a problem identified and shared is half solved. If you look at your family and you notice that they are behaving in a certain way, and you don't like the way they behave, you say, no, I will not follow in this tradition. You have the ability to change it by making a conscious decision. Okay? In my own case, in my family, they suffer from a serious problem. From my mom's side, their major problem is ignorance. They are into religion. In my dad's side, we have people that are enlightened, people that are conscious, her way of life. So I was a mixture of ignorance and knowledge. Okay, my dad's side, people are enterprising. They are very, very well to do. And they practice, a lot of them practice African spirituality. They are in touch with nature. So when I look at my mom's side, I see a lot of religious ignorance, stupidity, and witchcraft. Very, very serious hereditary witchcraft. I look at my dad's side, I see illuminated people. I have to choose. Which side do I want to belong to? Do I follow these witches and become ignorant and wicked and stupid like them? Or do I follow enlightened people and become enterprising and successful like them? I made a conscious decision to follow the good people. And I leave the bad people. I cut the bad people side off because they were not good to me. They were even attacking me, trying to do everything to block me from achieving my destiny, from achieving my goal. So I cut them off because I cannot carry excess baggages with me that is going to put me down. And these people, I have did so many things to help them. And it's clear that they want to destroy me because they don't like good things. Wicked people or stupid people, they don't like anything good. So I escaped from them. Okay, I mash my break. I press and leave them. Okay, I press and leave them. I not waste time. When I look the decision, I say people have been winning you. They're not get anything good. They're not get anything to offer humanity. I saw them. I look at both sides. I look at this side. I look at this side, and I make a decision. And I stick with the right people. And ever since, my life has been very, very good for me. So you can make conscious decisions. Life is all about making decisions that will bring progress and success to your life. This is why we venerate Eshu. Eshu is the god of decision making. Tehuti, Ekwensu. We have to venerate this deity to make us make the best decisions for our life. So you can be born poor, okay? But remaining poor is a choice. You can be born ignorant. Remaining ignorant is your choice. Don't blame anybody for your poverty. Don't blame anybody for your setback. Don't blame family people that have died 200 years ago for you being the way you are. Say, I have a generational curse. No, what Africans suffer from most that I have identified, the major problem Africans suffer from most is generational ignorance. Generational ignorance. Ignorance, the cause of not knowing who you are. The cause of not knowing the true history of Africa. The cause of not knowing your roots. The cause of not knowing your connection to the earth. The cause of not knowing your purpose. This is the major problem we suffer from as Africans. This is why everybody pick on us. everybody step on us, everybody insult us, everybody discriminates against us because we don't know ourselves. We don't have self-respect. We run after everybody. We want to worship everybody except ourselves. We want to please everybody except ourselves. We don't believe in ourselves. We are suffering from a deep case of self-hatred, inferiority complex, ignorance, and stupidity. This is the major problems of Africa because we have been cut off from this knowledge by the early missionaries, which are always called mercenaries, that came to enslave and colonize us with their Bible. When they came with the Bible, we have the land, we have the natural resources. They say we should pray. After we pray and open our eyes, they have our natural resources, they have our gold, they have everything, and we have the Bible. This is the problem. We have been turned from kings to slaves. This is why I emphasize teaching on this channel. In this channel, you don't see me talking about telling people they are cursed. I don't believe that you are cursed. I don't that you can change your situation by decision making. When people come to me for consultation, I don't approach them with this level. I don't tell them that you are cursed and that you need to do sacrifice. I tell them you need to be proactive in your life. Make conscious decisions that will bring positive change to your life. Knowledge, all these books I am writing here, is this knowledge that will help you transform your life. Not by sacrificing innocent goats and farm animals. You need to be conscious to make a difference. That's ignorance. You need to replace it with knowledge, the right knowledge. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. Because that knowledge is what we are awakening those dormant, latent DNA codes that you are carrying in you. Those talents that you are here to offer. That knowledge is what will unlock it. That will bring you the prosperity, the value, and the power and the freedom that you are looking for. We search for freedom everywhere. We have to beg the white people. Every time you see African people marching, we marching in America, marching everywhere, keep on marching. Even in Africa, we are still marching, protesting. The thing that we are looking for is inside us. Nobody is going to bring salvation to us. It's we that will bring that salvation to ourselves. So we have to do the hard work of destroying ignorance by acquiring knowledge. Okay? This is what the same thing Marcus Garvey said. This is the same thing Malcolm X said. Many great people, Bob Marley, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but our minds can free ourselves. Fela, Nicolas Kokuti, the same thing. All the great people is the same thing. There's nothing new I'm talking here. But our people still run from knowledge. They want a savior. They have been programmed with a savior mentality. Somebody that will come and fight and die for them. A sort of Jesus Christ, Captain America type thing that will come and save them. No, nobody's coming to save you, bro. You must save yourself. Don't blame any parents for any generational curse. If there's anything wrong with your family or wrong with you, you have the power and the ability to change it as far as you are still living. What we are waiting for is for you to make that conscious decision. Are you going to do something about it? When are you going to do something about it? And how are you going to do something about it? It involves you making some sacrifice. And it is not burning animals alive. It is not sending money to a spiritualist in Ghana or Nigeria to buy a very big goat and ram. It is you to make conscious decisions. That goat and ram is just for ceremony. The conscious decisions still need to be made by you that, no, I want to be different. No, I want to know something for once. I want to know about myself. I want to be different from this family. I don't want to be with ignorant people anymore. I want to know the truth about Africa. I want to know the truth about African spirituality. I want to know this knowledge. I'm tired of people telling me stories, I want to find out things for myself. These are the questions that will transform your life. Very, very important questions. So the notion of say somebody is cursed. We have some women, we say they have not been able to get married. They have spiritual husband for they're almost 40 years. There are many things you need to look for in your life. What kind of decisions have you been making? Did you set your standards so high you have taken out many men from the equation? How are you approaching the issues of getting a relationships? Where are you going? Are you actively dating? What kind of people are in the area? What are your targets? Are you a church person? many things that you have to check around yourself. Practical questions you will ask yourself. Are you up to the task? Are you lacking anything? Who are the competition? What are the women that are getting married? How are they getting it? You have to ask yourself. There's this thing we call SWOT analysis in MBA class. Strengths, weaknesses, or opportunities and threats. You do your own SWOT analysis. What am I against? You must use this brain to think. They say na brain I be just man. You want your life to change. You must make conscious decisions to change your life. This is what I am trying to say here. Okay, this issue of generational causes that people are now blaming people that have died. Yes, we have people that have made mistakes. Look at Africa today. Slavery happened to us. But that does not mean that I should become a victim. It has happened, it don't happen. I need to pick myself up, pick the pieces of my life and start moving. And this is exactly what I have done. Okay, we cannot keep blaming the white man for our problems. Now we have capacity to do many things. We have freedom to do many things. What are we doing? Nobody will stop you from not knowing. Nobody's going to flog you or arrest you from reading about your history. Nobody's going to stop you from doing research, from flying or going to museums. Nobody's going to stop you from reading books that will change your life. Nobody's going to say you cannot read any book in the world you want to read. Nobody's going to stop you anymore. So what are you still waiting for? Is this laziness or what? I don't understand. So we have power to break generational curses. Okay? When you look at your family, you see that they have certain traits that you don't like. You can say, no, in this family, I will be different. I will not behave like you people. If it involves you removing yourself from the family, do it. In my own case, when I see the kind of house I came from, I need to leave them because these people will withdraw me back. I can't leave them. Okay, and my life has been very prosperous and very free, and I accept myself anywhere I go. I tell people I am not a Christian. I practice African spirituality. If you don't like me, you get out of my way. Sure, I cannot be like you. I cannot cater to your ignorant sensibilities. Everybody cannot be a fool. If my father was a fool, that does not make I will be a fool. Okay, I am not stupid. Because my family people, some people choose to tie their head into Christianity that they don't want to open their mind to learn history, to learn anything about themselves. You can't say because he's senior me, then old age does not mean more wisdom. Fools also get old. If somebody is older than you, it doesn't mean that the person is more intelligent than you. If somebody is also richer than you too, it does not mean that the person is more intelligent than you. We have many rich fools in the world today. They have money, but they're not. No, they are rich fools. Okay, common sense is not common. So don't follow people, don't follow the crowd. You will miss your way. You will miss your legacy. Don't follow the family that, oh, this is the family tradition to be stupid. Anybody that dares to be different and they will orchestrate that person. As a human being, hardcore human being, you don't need to depend on anybody. When you focus on yourself, you trust yourself. You don't need much of friends. You don't need to depend on anybody. You need to stand your ground. A lot of people are afraid to stand their ground today because their livelihood depend on other people. So they cannot even say the truth. When they know the truth, they can't say it because they don't know where they will get their paycheck come from. Their paycheck come from lies. Some people, they work for church. They work for organizations that are against African spirituality and study and practice. A lot of people have sold themselves to the devil. They cannot speak truth anymore. Don't be like these people, please. Don't sell yourself short for anybody. Believe in yourself, trust yourself, and do the things that needs to be done. So this issue of when some people will say you are suffering from generational curse, that is why you cannot achieve many things. I don't believe it. I am a testimony. There are some people that believe that if their father or their mother did not pray for them, they cannot succeed in life. Oh boy, I not see the prayer. Even my dad, before he died, we were not that close. It was when he wanted to pass away that he now realized so many things, but it was too late for him. I not get father's prayer or I not get mama prayer. Okay, that's when they say go meet your mama or your papa to pray for you to succeed. It didn't happen to me, okay? But I turned out all right. I am much more successful than many people that their father and mother are praying for them every day. I have seen millions of people out there, a lot of Africans there, their mama, they pray for them. The mama, they burn oil, they go church, they go all night. Even I've seen some native doctors' children that they are suffering. Me, when not get mama and papa prayer, I better pass many of them. So that notion of say if your mother does not pray for you, your father does not pray for you, you cannot succeed in life, that is nonsense for me. I not get papa prayer, I not get mama prayer, okay? Nobody they pray for me. In fact, some people they curse me. I believe that they curse me every day, but I not send them. They work, okay? So if you believe that you are suffering because your mama, you and your mama they quarrel, or you are your, now create that thing for your head. They work, okay? If you say that thing, you believe, you just find excuse to be a failure. Okay, you are an individual as yourself. You are an entity, a standalone entity. You should see yourself as a force of nature. The worst thing or the best thing that can happen to you has already happened. You are here in this physical world. You have come, they have given birth. Probably you want to come here, probably you didn't want to come. But two people had sex and then you are here. So you are now a living entity. Now you have the ability to create, that God quality to create, generate, operate, and destroy. Start doing the things that needs to be done. Do the hard work. Learn the things that needs to be learned. Anything you are doing, take it seriously. If you are doing a business, focus on the business. Anything that you are doing, if you are an athlete, a musician, pursue your dream. Nobody will say you don't have that opportunity now to do that. Don't say it's your father's prayer or one cause, one thing. Even people that have generational disease, we have medicines that people are using to solve all those problems now. Medicine is advancing every day. You can solve those problems. So please, the thing of generational curse that some people are saying is affecting them, is making them to be poor, or is the reason why they cannot succeed. Is the reason I cannot get married. It is the reason I cannot have money. It is the reason this happened. The reason, oh boy, I beg. I don't want to believe that, Do some serious soul searching. Focus. Do things that will give value to humanity. You will get value. Okay, do the work. Don't be lazy. Look at the Christian. They try to bribe God, try to beg God for money, for everything. They give God money. They will say that if you don't sow seed to God, you will not have the things you want. All these are criminalities, in Christendom. So people pay God money. I don't know if the animals in the jungle pay God money to survive. The trees that grow in the bush, I don't know if they pay God money. I don't know. It's the only humans, the fish in the sea, in the river. I don't know if they pay God money to survive. Why is it only human beings that is paying God money? Why are you paying God for blessings? Is your God a extortionist? Is your God a debt collector? Is your God a tax master? What kind of God is this? That then you have to suffer, you have to struggle, you have to pray, you have to do all night, you have to spend money, you have to go to a church, you have to waste all your energy to worship this dirty thing for you to have one or two trophies in your life. What kind of dirty God is that? Is this not stupidity? Is this not generational ignorance? This is a curse. The only curse Africans suffer from is ignorance. Generational ignorance. It translates to witchcraft, which translates to wickedness and stupidity. This is what you give to your children. You transmit like a virus to the next generation. Innocent children, you pollute them, you inject this virus into their consciousness that you are doing something for God, and then they inject this virus into the next generation, and then you carry on this generational curse, and then you say you are doing something well. Why will you not be poor? Why will the country not be flogging with koboko every day? Why will things not be difficult for you when you continue to create the realities, the environment for all sort of nonsense, superstitious belief, stupidity, ignorance, powerlessness to strive? This is the problem of Nigeria today and a bigger part of Africa. Ignorance is the only cause that I see. Ignorance, the failure to launch, failure to know thyself, failure to take the initiative, failure to dare, because you have been programmed that everything about you is evil, everything about your spirituality, your history is non-existence. You are a slave from birth to grave. That the only thing that can save you is Jesus Christ. And then you see the wicked people, those families that have generational wickedness. They use this religion to cover their evil. One funny thing you need to know about Africa, when you take religion, you remove this cover of religion from this, you're going to see the real human is going to be exposed. There's a lot of failed human beings in Africa, especially in Nigeria. A lot of people that have nothing to offer. A lot of evil, wicked families, witches and wizards. They are just using religion to cover their face, that they are religious, that's why they are poor. That poverty is next to godliness. That if you are poor, it means you will have mansion in heaven. This is a big lie. If your father have mansion in heaven, how can you be paying rent on earth? There's no father anymore. You are just poor and you are wicked and you are ignorant. And you don't want to improve yourself. So you are hiding behind the fig leaf of religion to cover your failures and your shortcomings. When you see many of these so-called Christians, how they have made a lot of mistakes in their life, they become very, very religious at the end, claiming that they dedicated their life to God. That is why they are poor. They sacrifice their wealth, sacrifice earthly things because they are building heavenly riches. It's a lie. You have failed as a human being. They have failed to be successful. They have failed to secure their family. They have failed to prosper. They have failed to provide the basic necessities in life. So they are just using religion to cover up. You are a failure. If your God is really powerful, we're supposed to see the manifestation of wealth in your life. Not that it will promise you wealth in another life. Your God cannot do miracles to make you wealthy and successful in this physical life for everybody to see. But he's promising things that we will never see until you die. That your God is a scammer. And it's either you are a winch or you are a fool. You are a product of it. You are a victim. Any God that I will dedicate my life to, I must see that the fruits of what I am practicing. In African spirituality, we see it here. Okay, I cannot be practicing African spirituality and be poor. With all this knowledge that I have, I can never be a poor man. The talent that you have is what you are going to use to make money, what you are going to use to eat. So you cannot say your God have all power, all authority, and yet you are begging for a living. You're begging me that does not believe in your God for a living. A lot of Christians beg me. I have helped a lot of Christians. I never beg any Christian for anything. They are the ones always begging. They are the ones always praying. They are the ones always in need. And guess what? They are the ones that are always afraid. They are afraid to go to their heaven that is supposed to be a paradise. They are afraid to die. They are afraid to get sick. They are always afraid, praying for money tonight. We don't do that here in African spirituality. We have knowledge of self. We are well vested in skills of ways and means to help and uplift and protect ourselves. This is what we trade on here. The craft of living, of survival, developing science and technology. This is what we talk about here every day. So we are not like those people, and we will never be like those people. Okay? The bottom line is that common sense is the hero of them all. If you say your witchcraft is powerful, use your witchcraft to prosper yourself. Don't come and be begging me for money, or don't come and be asking me to give you things. Okay, if your witchcraft get power, use them. If your Christianity is powerful, use it to prosper yourself. Okay, and leave other people alone. This is the bottom line of the thing, because I know some people will still be stupid. Some people will still want to rationalize. So this is the problem of ignorance. Generational curse can be broken with a simple decision. I have broke it a lot of times. There are times many people have come to me and say they cannot do this, they cannot do that, they cannot do that. That word triggers me. Who told you cannot be rich? Who told you cannot? I make sure that I change that situation with that conscious, that mental block. We remove it, and then the person's life will change. So I don't believe in generational curses as people will say that it is what is making them to become failures in life. If you are a failure in life, it means you are not doing the things that needs to be done. It is your choice But if you reject that thing and you walk against it, you will be successful. Okay? Nobody is nailing you to any cross here. It's you that is nailing yourself to that cross. So you have to make that conscious decision. You have to be responsible for your life. All those subletting, subcontracting of your spiritual responsibility to a third party, to Jesus Christ, to Muhammad, to even a spiritualist, you have to stop that subletting. You have to take that responsibility into your own hands. If you manage your life well, you will be successful. Live within your means. Dare to be different. Do not follow the crowd. Identify those problems and choose not to become like those people. You will be free. You will break out of family generational curse. Any sort of thing that is holding your family back, you can make a difference and you will move away from them. Create lineage your own family tree of prosperity, happiness, and protection. You can do that by yourself. Nobody is stopping you. The only thing that is stopping you is laziness and lack of right information. That is the only thing that will hold you back, not me, not any God, not any demon. Okay? So this is why I see this topic, and I think I've said enough today, and I will stop here for today. A word is enough for the wise. And of course, questions and comments are welcome. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel. For those people that are thinking about, remove that thing for your mind. Now you and I will change your mind, okay? So we are waiting for you. When you are ready to change your mind, I will be here, hopefully. So I thank you very much for watching today. For those people that have been supporting the channel, I thank you very much. And a lot of great things are happening. So I'll be going off from here. And of course, if you have not gotten my book, I will advertise my book for you. This is the Whispers of Amense, Pathways to Ascension. For those people that are worried about generational curse, this book will help you very, very much. Okay? Help you very, very much. The knowledge in this book will transform your life. The knowledge here will break any kind of curse, anything, any catalysis, any blockage that they have put from your family line, those evil aunties, evil people that we say it's only Jesus that can save. That is a big lie. No, Jesus is coming to save you. This book will remove all those things, all those mental blocks. We connect you right with divinity, right with your true self, so that you can start taking the spiritual responsibility of empowering, improving, and discovering the things that will help you to succeed. Any kind of cause, the cause of generational ignorance, number one, this book will solve that problem. Cause of poverty, it will solve that problem. Cause of wickedness, of witchcraft, it will solve that problem. So please get this book, okay? Very good book. I wrote it to solve this very problem. It is just $100, okay? It will help you a lot. You don't need to fly to Africa. You don't need to come and be thinking of how to spend big money. And for those people that are deceiving to come to Africa, I don't know why some wicked spiritualists here like to deceive Americans and foreigners to come to Africa so that they can take more money from you. This is wickedness. One day I'm going to do a topic to address it. It needs to stop. Not everybody in America is wealthy. When you be telling everybody, come here, we're going to do a ritual for you to transform you. Anybody that is telling you to fly down to Nigeria, to Ghana, that person is a thief. Many of them are thieves, so please, except you are coming for tourism. You don't really need to come to do any elaborate ritual. You know the cost of paying air ticket here. If you had that money, you can use it to do some things in your life there. Don't just rush to Africa like that too. Nigeria is a very, very complicated country, an expensive country. And our people are not that friendly, please, when it comes to money. So don't just rush here or say you want to come. Before you come to Africa, especially Nigeria, shop belleful. And know something before you come. So before you come, make sure you have a lot of knowledge about African spirituality so that they don't easily swindle you or take advantage of you. You need to know something. Empower yourself before you come here. Okay? So I don't want people to be flying down here first thing. You're going to be buying ticket, $2,000, booking it. All for what? African spirituality is good, but there are ways to learn it over the internet. You can learn it very well without spending so much money. And it will still work for you there. Okay, so this will help you open your DNA, connect you back to the source. This one gives you knowledge, practical knowledge. Over 200 spells a year. It is very, very good. You can start a shrine with just this book. Okay, so try to get it. Then if you want to know about the interrelationship between science and spirituality, this one will help you. This one have all the keys, all the right explanations. This one takes away all the noise, all the gibberish out there, and clearly explains the topic for you in simple terms of what is going on with the relationship between science and spirituality. So all this is what we remove the ignorance from your mind. So when they say you are cursed, you say I'm not cursed. Okay? Now you and I curse. When one pastor say you are cursed, or one spiritual, they say you are cursed, you reject it. You tell us now your papa and your mama now they swear for, now they suffer for. Not be me. Not be me the suffer generational curse. You need to reject all these kind of nomenclatures, all this kind of nonsense that is going on out there. So you replace ignorance with knowledge. You fight ignorance with knowledge. So you must study, you must learn. This is why I focus on teaching on this channel, because I'm here to empower people, not to deceive or enslave people. Okay. So this is what I have to say today. Questions or comments are welcome. Like and share this video. Also, if you want to learn African spirituality, I have a 6-month program. It's a master class and I teach you so many heavy stuff about African spirituality, from the history to the interrelationship between science and spirituality, to the metaphysics, spell workings, and how to make direct contact with the elements of nature. Okay. So apart from that, I thank you very much. And if you also want to do your oracle tarot readings, you can also contact me. Apart from that, I wish you a very wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.
Yeah.